With a visa-free access and better air connectivity, Kazakhstan is looking forward to a boom in number of Indian travelers in 2023. Talgat Amanbayev, chairman of Kazakhstan Tourism Board, tells India Outbound that while Kazakhstan is already receiving some tourists in leisure, MICE and destination weddings, he is looking at developing the destination as a location for shooting of Indian films as well. With an eye on boosting tourist numbers, Kazakhstan Tourism will hold 4 major events in India in 2023, Amanbayev adds.
It's coming up very, very excitingly, more than what we expected. Of course, for domestic travel, everywhere domestic tourists are booming. For the past 2 years, people were sitting at home and they were rediscovering their own country, even for locals. For internationals, the behavior has changed. The target markets have changed. The way we reopen our borders, reopen our flights and reopen our visa-free regimes, new markets are coming. And we see 2 new trends in tourism in general. It's called deep travel and slow travel. So pre-COVID, people would go, say, 5 destinations in 5 days and galloping over it. Nowadays, people want to pick one destination and go deeply into it and slowly discover it, which is different type of tourist, different behavior. And like I said, and it's becoming, it's very exciting to be working in tourism this year. Uh, 2019, we had a very traditional, for the past 20 years, traditional markets. But post-COVID, like I said, it's been changing. Like, for example, Arabic world. We never had big numbers from Arabic world, but now it's growing. Just recently, we had an event with Saudi Arabia, and the numbers from Saudi Arabia have grown not twice, not 3 times, but 7 times in half a year. And we're back to accepting tourists from India and China. And of course, there's been always traditional Russia coming, our neighborhood, the neighbor country. But like I said, the new for us is new European markets are coming. Italy just restarted new direct flight, a lot of Italian tourists. Asia is coming, I mean Pacific Asia. That's Japan, that's Korea. Direct flights to Korea is helping a lot. And this was not the case in 2019. So this is new for us. From India, it's been very fantastic. Like I mentioned before, the thing, we had a long growing bond with India as a nation. So for multiple decades, we've been exchanging students, we've been exchanging, trade has been going on, investors were coming, and our cultures have been growing together. And just recently, we announced a visa-free regime, first time for Indian tourists, which helped to boost the tourism. And I know that the number of flights is increasing every month. And by the end of this year, or maybe summer of the next year, we want to do a daily route going to India, to different cities of India, not just Delhi or Mumbai, but also new cities. And the same goes for Kazakhstan. And I see interest in airlines, and airlines, they know how to make money. They will never open a flight unless there is a demand. So the demand is growing. And I think it has a lot to do with post-COVID, but also with activities that we're doing together with our partners, with Indian travel community. Traditionally, Kazakhstan is we're selling 4 major products. Eco-tourism, every 5th tourist is eco. Then ethno-tourism for the culture and heritage. Then this is events tourism, we call it MICE. And then the entertainment tourism, which is the skiing, the sports, the casinos, the shopping, the nightlife. And from India, we're experiencing a lot of demand for entertainment and for events. And there is a company which is specializing in bringing events abroad. So we see a lot of weddings coming to Kazakhstan. We see a lot of corporate events being hosted because Kazakhstan has a very good connection, very short flight, very affordable price, and the culture is close, and we have a lot of people who speak Hindi. I think that helps a lot to be an attractive option to make an event in Kazakhstan. And plus we have the good nature, the scenery, the tourist product that we can add to the value. And the second one that we're doing is in creative industry. Everybody knows about Bollywood, right? We call it Bollywood for the reason, it's the second Hollywood. And I grew up on Indian movies, for example, Gita, Zita, all these. But recently we had this joint event with Movie Makers Society in India. and we're planning to shoot some movies in Kazakhstan, and we're offering the governmental support for that part to cut some of the expenses, to give them the subsidies. I think that's helping a lot. And the third, besides the events, besides the movies, the third part is the B2B. Our businesses are active now. In tourism, by the book, in theory, you need two requirements to fulfill to do tourism. One is direct flight, second one is visa-free regime. We have both. So now the market feels it, and they are becoming aggressive with their marketing, aggressive with their campaigning. And for the next year, we have planned 4 major events in India. There is a product called 4 Seasons in 4 days. It is in our former capital in Almaty. So because of the altitude change, you start in the mountains in minus 20 Celsius degree, it's winter. You go skiing, ice skating, then second day you go lower on a bicycle, then there is this canyon. It's still chilly, some snow, but there is also some grass. We call this spring. The third day we take you to sand dune. And sand dune is very hot, 35 degrees Celsius. You're wearing shorts and t-shirt and flying your drone, doing off-roading. And the fourth day you go even lower, and then there is mud and the rain, and it feels like fall, autumn. So this is unique experience, all within 30 minutes of drive. Very comfortable, very, very affordable. Called 4 Seasons in 4 days. I recommend, if you're coming to Kazakhstan for the first time, try that as your experience.